Yo, how you doing? Glad you came through. Welcome to the Sugar Love Show, where we have fun. Grab your friends and dance along. Join the party all night long. Get ready for a ride. Buckle up, hold tight. We're gonna ignite. Shake your body to the rhythm. Let the music take control. When the beat drops, you better lose control. We're here to make memories, create an unforgettable night. Forget about your worries. Let's spread the love and shine so bright. Welcome to the Sugar Love Show, where the energy is high. We're gonna dance till the morning light. Feel the music, let it flow through your veins. Come on, everybody, let's have fun.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quite so thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic. break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grieving. Put your foot on the gas, no, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim. I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the gas, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grieving. Put your foot on the gas, no, never stop competing, yeah.
Hey y'all. I know we started off late, but baby, I'll be tired. I'll be tired. Hey Spice. Hey Larry. Hey Miss Rod. Hey Johnny. Let me tell y'all, baby. Time to start off late. But don't worry, we got a lot of good stuff coming up tomorrow. I just wanted to get this out the way. Why we keep having these conversations that does not make sense, right? How did Puerto Rico help create hip hop, right? Which actually we're not going to see. No way did they help create hip hop because it was always there. Now there's going to be in different parts because we're starting like so late. So there will be different parts, but at least Busta Rhymes don't know what he's talking about. Busta Rhymes don't know his own Jamaican culture that the people before him already had said. It came from their music, came from our music, right? All they did was change the chords from the blues and jazz, right? The music that that we play, that we created, predates their music. Our music was their music, right? So we influence them, right? According to the real Jamaican history, we influenced them. And then they took all our majority of their songs was our cover songs, which we knew already. How was we able to sing the songs, right? And then they made it their own. They speeded it up a little more. And if you include their accent, it became their own, right? So when they were singing, you didn't hear too much of their accent because they were singing our songs. Well, once they put their own little spin to it, which is all good, right? It's supposed to be that way, right? But at least they told the truth. It came from the Black Americans on the East. Well, not really the East, the South, right? But at least they told the truth. When you're in a place where, someplace like Jamaica, And not too many people have money and stuff, so they put a big speaker out there, which again they got from us, right? We was the ones always outside dancing, right? All the people in the town, e- either they had this, well, not really outside. Some had, depending on where you at, they had the speakers outside, but they had the big speakers at the parties, right? That's all it is between indoor and outdoor. But it's a big party where you need big speakers, right? They didn't come up with the big speakers, right? Now, far as what they say, you have to add graffiti. No, you didn't. If it was still an element, I don't see nobody graffiti and nothing. I still see where it's graffiti, but I don't hear no music and stuff behind it. They just do the damn graffiti. That's what artists do. But there's always been this thing called spray paint, right? Always since it was created, and people were spray painting stuff and tagging stuff that did not come from the Puerto Ricans. We were already dancing. We did not need whatever move you made. That because you made a particular move, do not make you part of the creation. We all was dancing, and each borough danced a different way. And even when the music traveled, they were dancing their way. Everybody was not dancing like Crazy Legs, right? They all put it in their own way. It's a shame in 2024 we have to be talking about this, but we're going to get to the truthful part of the Jamaicans, right? The truthful story. The truthful story. I don't know what the hell Busta Rhymes is talking about. We didn't have a culture when we had a culture of music before you guys did, Mr. Busta Rhymes. I know it's going to be really, really, really hard, especially you're born in America, right? A family from Jamaica, but you're born from America, and you still wouldn't have been born when a lot of these older artists were out, right? So we might not get the truth from them, but we know the truth, right? And it's a shame how they could smile in our face. At least I give credit, and that's why I say big up to these Jamaican people who's telling the real story. Big ups. Don't listen to people like Busta Rhymes and them, because in a sense they make their people look bad, right? Because you got the older people from Jamaica that is telling the truth and giving credit, and here you go trying to take our credit when our music predates your music. There is no way you had a part in hip hop. In that case, that's just like saying, you know what? We even let Jamaica have it, right? You didn't see Percy Sledge and all the good artists, the Supremes, and all the people who they emulated. You don't see them saying, hey, we created reggae. We even let y'all have it, right? But now, I don't know what's going on. Why are they coming out with all of these lies? Why they're trying to make a music war going on here? I have no idea. But there's always something in the water we don't know about. Well, let's hear from some of the older Jamaicans. Let's go.
The sounding system from 8 o'clock till like 6 in the morning.
First truly Jamaican music. The newly invented
This video credit goes to JAR. This video credit goes out to JAR. Let's go.
ska.
Lord is still with you.
It was unbelievable. Everyone gravitated to it. This was something new. And I noticed something too. They had pride. When they looked at it, they said, this is ours.
It would have been nice to say, well, independence caused people to want their own music, but the music preceded independence. But it was a wonderful coincidence because independence gave it further drive. The music came first.
As you hear, the music came first. The music came first, which was American Black music.
The story of modern Jamaican music starts in the early 1950s in the poorer areas of downtown Kingston with the emergence of a uniquely Jamaican phenomenon, still at the heart of the music 50 years later, the sound system.
It started in the 1950s. As you see, you can't tell if this is American Black people or Jamaican Black people. Because as for some reason, y'all don't want to admit we all are one. Well, let's carry on.
The sound system is essentially a street discotheque with speakers big enough to raise a family in. It's where poor Jamaicans have been coming to dance till they drop ever since they stopped listening to jazz bands in the now ruined clubs all over the island.
You had sound system before recording. You have the Jamaican music started off with the orchestra dance. But when the sound system came in, they replaced the musician because people used to hire these bands to play, but the musician used to stop and eat a lot of cargo, so it burned up a lot of time until.
Band would go in intermission, and intermission forever. So the people got to get fed up of this no dance rather than the dance. So in the intermission, they made a mistake. They agreed that the first sound system should play in the intermission. That was the end of them. I never turned back. It was all about rhythm and blues.
As the 1950s rolled on, the music of Fats Domino, Ray Charles, and Louis Jordan was streaming into the island from Southern American radio stations just over 90 miles away. And with the sound systems blasting it out most nights of the week, downtown Kingston went dance crazy. And like any craze, it was rich with opportunity.
People used to make money from it. You sell your own beer and you sell your own curry goat and rice, and you got the sounding system from 8 o'clock till like 6 in the morning, and they eating and dancing in the street. You get like 2,000-3,000 people, and you make a bump.
Sound systems became the biggest local industry in downtown Kingston, and competition was fierce. To pull in the punters, you had to have the best music blasting out of your system. The race was on for the hottest American tunes.
It's Ricky sensation. American people, they need cheap labor, so they bring cut them cane and things.
Now, the hottest American tunes, right? So their parties was getting the hottest American tunes, which they, again, as Black music does, we feed other people. That's what music does. And people always had a fancy or a love for Black American music. Always had infatuation with Black American music. That was their start, right? They didn't have, unlike America, like a lot of juke spots and a lot of club. Remember, this is a Caribbean island. This is not a whole 50 states, right? This is not a whole 50 states where they got clubs and speakers don't mean nothing. It's just that we had more indoor clubs because it was more indoor clubs. They did not have that. So they bought the speakers outside, which is okay too, because so did we, especially back in the days, especially when a certain age brackets could not even get in the clubs. It was too hot, couldn't go outside. They bought their speakers outside. We did not even know that they bought the speakers outside. We over here, right? We're not mimicking them. It's just that it's music. That's it, right? So let's go.
But while you're there cutting cane, if you buy rhythm and blues, 6 times more money you get because you're going to sell it back to sound system people. So everybody anxious to go to the farmer, but not for cut cane. They want to go buy some record.
So they're working extra hard just to buy R&B, right? They're working extra hard to buy R&B music again, which is fine. There is no problem, and they're telling the truth, right? Busta needs to apologize for saying we didn't have any culture when your culture for music at majority of the point in time was our culture, right? These people, Black Americans, you said they didn't have no culture. But guess what? That was your culture too. You were buying our R&B, playing our R&B, singing our R&B, and making money off our R&B, right? So whom didn't have the culture? Like, somebody really needs to get to Busta and tell him to apologize. So you really didn't influence us, right? Only thing y'all did was speed it up. The only thing we really sort of kind of took from y'all, because technically the music was ours, you just speeded it up. Only thing we took was some of y'all lingo, right? Because depending on where you lived, only thing we did was took some of you like boat, and blood clot. That's all we sort of kind of did was took some of you guys' lingo. But you guys took the whole entire song, right? We took a word here and there from hearing our cover songs. Busta forgot to tell you that part. The cover songs were ours, right? Them Percy Sledge songs and all the people they're going to name, they're our songs. Y'all lingo is what y'all put in our songs. You put your lingo into our songs. So, if anything, y'all took our culture first, right? But again, the older reggae people are telling the truth. I like when they tell the truth. I don't know what the hell Busta's doing and the rest of these Jamaica artists is doing, but the older ones are telling the truth. Big up to them, right? Let's go.
You know?
Out of this fierce competition, 2 giants emerged, Clement Coxon-Dodd and Arthur Duke Reid. Combining their liquor businesses with their sound system dances, they were effectively the barons of downtown Kingston and would continue to control the Jamaican music business for the next 15 years.
They could run the country those days because people, where anywhere the sound string up, you have the crowd of people there before. they used to play in competition. It come in now like Joe Fraser and Holly.
Duke Creed is the man who go on at this dance and him go at the gate and him get everybody out of the gate money for coming on and dance, you know? And the people they believe all the cocks and dance and come on the Duke Creed. Sometimes them just take the money and go to the cocks and dance just the same, you know what I mean? So it's like that. So all of them used to be at war, you know? The sound system thing, man. It's a traditional thing. You can't stop it. It come from way back, you know? Come on.
Yes, suddenly rum is served to sophisticates because suddenly Jamaican rum has regained its place among the great drinks of the world.
Duke Creed had a rum there when it don't sell in the stores. If you think rum is strong, you ask about rude to your parents. When you throw water, you know what happens? Yes. Throw chasing it. What do you think happened? Smoke. The smoke, vapors thing, right? And that is what the brother might drink. Like they have cocaine now, that was for them cocaine. So after Duke Creed, give them 2 drinks of root to your parents and send them go cocks and dance. The dance done. People are jump fence to get out the fast.
Duke Creed had a program on the radio, I think 4:30 on a Saturday afternoon called Treasure Isle Time. They would advertise the liquor business, and then he would, on those programs, they would play newly made Jamaican records.
They decided to drink some more, but when I look at the clock, it was 3:45.
To promote their sound systems, Reed and his competitors had turned to record producing by the end of the 50s, but not as we know it today. They had no intention of selling records to anyone else. They brought jazz musicians down from the tourist hotels to play Jamaican versions of American R&B, and then they just made one copy of each record to play on their sound system and achieve the much-prized exclusive.
We start imitating the rhythm and blues songs like say Smiley Lewis or Professor Longyear or Louis Jordan, and those kind of beat. We try to imitate it. It didn't turn out that way, so we decided to keep this as our own type. That's how that can come in.
Styling like those was really rhythm and blues. What we did to this rhythm and blues is like you'll be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the scanner we change it to 1, 2, 3. And then it's more 2, 4, 2, 4 instead of 1.
Last night, Papa coming junkies to the cross the door. Woman said, no, Papa, you're real gone down. Easy stopping. Easy stopping. Easy stopping. But baby, why you jumped and tried?
It is Jamaica's first musical revolution. And we call it ska. And then ska was a dirty word. But what it was terribly influenced by Jamaican activities of the people, Culture of Jamaica was pushed into it. And when the people took it on that fast, right, because they just grabbed to it because it was them.
As y'all see, hey Chance, hey Lakeisha, hey Jackie. Now, as you guys see, our non-culture, as Busta Rhymes says, predates their culture, right? Our non-culture self predates their culture because they again, I have to keep reminding you guys, they were listening to R&B, right? Like I told you guys before, the only reason why they had the speakers outside is because they are on an island, right? Unlike America that has 50 states, have different states have like clubs and juke spots and stuff like that. Now, depending on where you live and depending on the weather, you bought the speakers outside, but speakers always exist, right? Their speakers may be bigger because they don't have a lot of clubs and like Studio 54s and stuff like that to go to. So they had the speakers loud enough to fulfill things that a lot of them didn't have to go. And that was they didn't have the clubs and the party places. So that's why the speakers will be bigger, right? But we always had speakers. How is the music played without speakers anywhere at a party, right? So we had jukebox, we had speakers, right? And then we also had the thing called the turntable, right? When you play one record go before the other record go off, you play the other record. But our non-culture, as Busta Rhymes says, which he doesn't know what he's talking about, predates their culture. Their culture was our culture. So, like I said, the older Jamaicans, big up to them. At least they told the truth. The only thing we did with the influence that we had wasn't from their music. The influence came from the cover songs they did of ours, and they threw in their lingo, but it was still our songs. So if you hear your own songs long enough and their lingo and their accent, that's all we picked up. Again, there is no problem. But you will not hear Black Americans say, hey, you know what? Jamaicans didn't have no culture. They played all R&B music. They wanted to be doo-wop. They wanted to be R&B singers. We are the creators of reggae and dancehall. We don't do that. Like we don't do that. But in reality, that would be the truth. They're dancing like us, as you see. They're dancing like us. The only thing they did was change the numbers, like 1 and 2. Only thing they did was change it. But again, I can respect it because they are telling the truth. The older Jamaicans, because Busta was born here, right? So of course, the people that's born here like to big it up, right? We don't have a problem because as you see, we're all Black people, right? We're all Black people. But what if we turn the tables and start playing their beginnings and showing that that's our music, right? That is, I hate to say, but foundational Black American music. But we never said we created it, but technically, hell yeah, we did. Oh, yes, we did. We hear them brag all the time. Jamaica, Jamaica, Jamaica. You don't we let you have it. But remember, this is not about Jamaica, because Jamaica, the older Jamaicans ask why I'm showing you this video, because they are telling the truth. These Busta Rhymes talk about we don't have a culture. Then how the hell was Jamaica able to develop if it wasn't from our culture? How did you develop? If who else was you marking, Jamaica? Who music was you singing? Jamaica? R&B. From the people who you said didn't have no culture. This is only for Busta and the people who think like Busta. This is not for the whole Jamaica. And this is not, I want you to hear this from Jamaican people's mouth, right? And I thank these people, the older Jamaicans who started it, for telling how it, and that's all the Puerto Ricans had to do. That's all the Puerto Ricans had to do. The same way these mans is telling their story, that's all the Puerto Ricans had to do, right? But now they want to come on in, talk about 50-50, my ass. But we have to, I don't know why in 2024, something is going on in the water we don't know about, but we ain't letting this die down. We're not going, I'm not going to be able to do it, right?
This is the way of life of the lower class people. We haven't got anything else. What else we have? I mean, the middle class or the upper class can buy a ticket and go to Miami or somewhere like that. That's all you have. You don't know anything else.
You would not find the creative force that comes out of the inner city in the residential areas in Jamaica, because they're more settled into a pattern, into a tradition. There's a social divide and a cultural divide. We live in two countries. When ska was popular downtown, it had no popularity uptown.
In 1960, much of uptown Jamaica still preferred American music, and many of the jazz musicians who had invented ska were making a living playing the tourist resorts of the North Coast.
So, you had one side that was playing R&B, belongs to the people Busta Rhymes says has no culture. The richer side were playing jazz, which belongs, again, to the people Busta Rhymes says has no culture, right? Y'all both playing out one set of our music, right? But y'all both playing out, both of you guys are playing our music for the people who doesn't have any culture. So they say, right? But for some reason, they think we don't know our history. They keep thinking we don't know our history. Again, I'm only showing you this video so you can hear it out of their own mouths. Again, which I have no problems with, because we know our history. How dare you say, oh, we had history? No, sir. No, I don't think so. But then again, Busta Rhymes, you born in America. You don't even know your own history. Why should we be telling this story? You shouldn't be telling this story. And the same way these guys are telling the truth on their beginnings, it's the same thing the Puerto Ricans should have been doing. Just tell the truth. Like, everybody's already in shit. You got Asians that's in it. Everybody already in R&B. I mean, hip hop. Why not just tell the truth? Shit, everybody's in. Damn near, not every, but damn near every culture is in hip hop, some way, form, or fashion. Tell the truth. But I'm gonna let him do a little talking, right? All right. I ain't gonna say too tough.
I used to have a serious type of class prejudice in those days. Let's call it that way. You know, and it would have hurt my career in a certain sense. You couldn't go uptown and play ska music, so it was really like an outlaw type of music, you know.
In 1960, Prince Busta started his own sound system, To steal a march on his rivals, he approached the ultimate outcasts of Jamaican society, the Rastafarians, who since the 30s had looked to Africa rather than Europe as a model. He persuaded Count Ozzy and his master drummers down from the Warwicker Hills into a recording studio.
In those days, if you say it's a Rasta, all the avenues blocked for you know. And when I make Carolina, that give the Rasta, whole Rasta speak. Because now, them, it was not a music world, them could play upon sound system. And if you play upon sound system on the island, everybody go and hear you.
In the early years in Jamaica, the Rastafarian community went under so much pressure, you know. At one stage, I think there was a decree in Jamaica.
To kill the Rasta man.
Kill the Rasta man and question him after, you know.
Count Ozzy,
you know, 90% all the grassroots music was really played or created by the Rasta people, you know.
Rasta and Jamaican music have been inseparable ever since. Even at the independence celebrations, Count Ozzy and his troupe were part of the pageant laid on for Princess Margaret, whose reaction remains unrecorded.
We brought with us most of the music of Africa, the rhythm, the kumina as a form of dancing, the Nyabingi drumming by our Rastafarians. To that has been fused some of the jazz influences emanating from our sisters and brothers in New Orleans. Culture has been
as you hear. It's two separate ones. I tell you, got the reggae, they got the dancehall. So reggae, as you hear, is stemming from jazz. It's stemming from jazz. And then that's when they got the drums. But it's still, again, it stems from the non-cultural people that Busta Rhymes said that we are, right? It still stems from us, right? Now, I should have titled this video, but I'm not going to do that because, again, it's big ups to these Jamaican people for telling the truth. But if it was up to Busta Rhymes, I would have said, hey, Black America founded, which would be true, founded reggae and dancehall. They would not have liked to heard that. But according to the evidence, that's what happened, right? At least we will have some receipts, right? The non-cultural people that we are.
a very strong element in all our art forms, but particularly in our forms of musical expression.
A Lord of Lords in this land. No more back talk.
Now, as you hear, I'm not going to keep stopping it, but as you hear when the man is singing, he sounds like a Fats Domino, right? You see how he's talking? He sounds like their style is still R&B and blues. The way he's singing, he sounds like an American singer, right? I told you. The reason why it got so popular because they took our cover songs, which because we did not own our music, they were able to take our cover songs and they stole our music. We didn't even call them thieves, right? We could have called them thieves like the rest of the people who robbed us, because I'm quite sure none of them paid for all the daggone songs that they covered and made money off of. I'm quite sure Percy Sledge people didn't get none of that money None of the people who music that they covered, even On the Wings of Love, they didn't. It's plenty of songs. They just took our shit, right? They just took our stuff. But again, we let it slide. Hey, we're not going to let this slide. This is the last slide of y'all slide, right? They became so high and mighty, right? So that would mean, sorry, Puerto Ricans, but if we had spared reggae, that means we kind of had to spare the reggaeton too. So how would you? We done did reggaeton and reggae, if you want to put it like that. Because if they took from us and you took from them, but it came from us, all that's our music. Only thing we took was certain parts of their lingo because it was our song. So they added their lingo and they added their accent. That was the fuck it. And this is a shame where it was Black people doing music. American Black people doing music. We give so much. And they take. They done took everywhere you turn. They done took everything. Every daggone thing. But I still got to get to the contribution of the Puerto Ricans, right? We ain't get there yet. I'm going to let this play. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'll be tired, baby. I wasn't even coming on at night. I now come in out that hot ass thing. And we be working. We have so many people. I know I'm not on too tough in the summer anyway. A chick tired, right? Them children got me tired. But I had a little time today because I ain't got to get up too early tomorrow. But then we got a big event Saturday. So I said, let me just try to get some stuff in tonight and tomorrow. And I miss you. And y'all know I be missing y'all, right? I be missing you. No matter what my friends say, I be missing you. Yeah, I do. Let's go.
'Cause I'm king from the beginning. I was made king. Lion says I am king and I reign.
What it developed from was calypso.
I was getting ready to say you hear the calypso in there. I was getting ready to say because you hear the Trini, you hear the calypso in there. This 1964, you hear the calypso in there also. So they even took from the damn Trinidadians. Well, let's go.
I am king and I reign.
What calypso singers sang about, well, lots of them used to sing about sex, but they also sing about topical things like that. So it's coming out of that. You want to know what's going on? I mean, you listen to the songs. These are kind of folk music.
Our country contested at the Lyceum the title Miss World. They numbered.
Do y'all see Miss Jamaica? Y'all said we didn't have. First of all, I'm saying we didn't have no damn culture. Well, look at Miss Jamaica, right? Oh God, he said we. Busta said we had no commotion. Yo, you can't make this ish up. You cannot make this ish up. He said we had no culture, but look who's Miss Jamaica, right? Look who we have there as Miss Jamaica. Is that Damian Marley mom? Because she was Miss Jamaica too. I don't know. They might mention it, but I really don't know. She doesn't look like his mother. She doesn't look like her. But hey, Either who, right? Either who. Look at even with her, she's a Caucasian woman, right? But we don't have no culture. But y'all, Miss Jamaica is Caucasian. I'm out. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop.
Duke Reed.
Smokey in there, a little Smokey Robinson there. As you see, they look like Motown, right? They look like Motown, right? And at that point, the studio at that point would be taking our shit. the the un the uncultural people. And they're singing, they're taking our songs, they done stole our songs, and they're gonna make covers of our songs. So that's what's going on in the studio, right? But again, look at that's Motown. Remember, they didn't discover. They're discovering. Oh yeah, they was all the way Motown, but they're discovering themselves, right? They, 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 this is the discovery of how, little by little by little, until they became themselves. Now, should I say we didn't influence it, but can I say they got it from us? Should I say that's our music too? Right? Can we go claim? Should we go claim our music back from the Jamaicans? Should we go claim it back and say, "Hey, what would you be doing if you didn't take our shit?" Right? What would you be doing? You'll be taking the Trini stuff. You'll be taking the Trinis and the Guyanese music. Should we go back and say that? Eh? But again, we're over here. A lot of us didn't even know what the hell they was doing. We over here. We do. And a lot of us was not born then. I wasn't born in 64. We wasn't born then. We need to take it back. Oh man.
Studio One is like Jamaica's Motown. That's where all the
Motown. Remember, I didn't see this. I just happened to know these things. So I'm just trying to see what's from my memory and for what they say is two different things. But you heard the key word, Motown, for, as Busta says, not the real Jamaicans. For Busta said, people who don't have no culture, right? I should have kept that clip up there, but I'll probably find the clip, right? But I just wanted the real Jamaicans to tell you the truth.
great artists, you know, we say they graduate at this place, Studio One. It was like a 9 to 5 job. We went there early morning and we would record all day.
And I went in there at 7. I used to live at Mr. Dad's house with his children.
Yeah.
So every morning, I'd go to the studio with him and open the studio. We would pick up an assistant. His name is Bim Bim.
Yeah, Bim
Pick
Bim,
up Bim
yeah,
Bim
man.
first. We'll go to the studio, we'll open the studio, make his rounds. Or we'll close the studio every night, drop Bim Bim home. It's like heaven.
Just like in the old days of the sound system, Coxsone constantly needed new sounds to stay ahead. Every Sunday morning, young hopefuls gathered in his yard, hawking their songs and looking for a shot at the big time.
Longest live will see the moon.
Listen to all them guys go up and sing, you know, and every time, but you know, we would sing around the side, you know, and they would say, "You're so good in it, man." And every time them say, "You're a turn man." So no, make them go on, let them go on.
I saw Coxsone himself did an audition, right? Or some auditions too, before I started that. And he would tell artists that he figured weren't ready or didn't want them back. I said, okay, come back 7 years time, you know?
It was 6 o'clock in the evening. I was the last person to go up. You know, the place was still packed. And, you know, my first song, "You Got to Be Sure of a Woman's Love." And everybody crowd around, man. Everybody say, "You the voice, yeah. You the voice." Everyone crowd around, you know, and Mr. Dad say, "Nice." And the Tuesday, I went on to my first 2 songs.
Another group of youngsters signed by Coxsone were the Wailers, Bunny Wailer, Bob Marley and Peter Tosh. In 1964, within a year of Studio One's opening, they sold an astonishing 70,000 copies of Simmer Down.
This would be the same Bob Marley who sang "No Woman, No Child, No Woman, No Cry." This is the same Bob Marley looking just like a Motown, right? Because again, they are the ones, somebody tell Busta, they are the ones at that point who had no culture. They are the ones who did not have culture. So they looked at our culture and tried to, they were emulating our culture until they found their groove, which is a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. Right there in that middle, if you ain't know no better, you would say that was Smokey Robinson. You would say that is Smokey. You would be thinking he can ready to sing "Tears of a Clown," baby. Right? And then they had to grow into their culture. But until they did, they was these non-culture people in America, as Busta says, not as the real Jamaican says. I'm saying this as Busta says, right? All right, let's carry on.
Trenchtown. It was vibrant with a lot of activities. Place was like a, what do you call it, like a Piccadilly, like Hollywood. Music as being the center of attraction.
Everybody was singing like a family. So if the Soulettes have a recording, you'd have Bob, Peter Bunny, Delroy, you know, guys from the Paragons, everybody would come to give background support. If the Wailers have a session sometime, you would have the Ask Us girls come work with us tonight. We have 2 children listening, look at all the harmony. So that was like fun. We weren't being paid because Coxsone, we didn't get money that time. Sometimes we get money to buy us a patty or cocoa bread, and if we're going on Fridays, we would get a pound or 30 shilling or something like that. but we didn't have a problem.
It was a very productive period in Jamaica's musical history. Hit after hit, every month there would be a new hit for different singers. And it was as if all the singers and the talent in popular music had been kept locked up in a cupboard. But from the first hit was made, it is as if the cupboard doors opened and all this talent just poured out.
Studio One's music was made downtown for downtown people. The musicianship necessary wasn't that easy to achieve if you were poor in Kingston, but luckily there was also a downtown academy. If Studio One was Motown, the Alpha Boys School was the Juilliard School of Music.
Now, for the uncultured people, that would be like swing, like the A train, go to the A train. Remember, we had so many different forms of music, right? We had so many different forms of music. They had so much to pull from. Remember Cab Calloway and the rest of them? That would be similar to that. They had that to grab from the uncultural. Where did that damn Busta Rhymes say that shit at? She said we got no culture. All I hear is American culture there. I think Buster he's not going to give the apology. He needs to give that apology because he doesn't know his own culture. This nigga talking about some speakers. Nah, Ninja. Y'all just looped our songs and doing y'all lingo and y'all accent, but it was our damn song. So if we're singing a song we know already, of course we're going to throw in the lingo because your lingo is in the damn song of our song, which we didn't have no problems with. How dare any Jamaican be very disrespectful if they don't know their history? They didn't have a damn sound. As you hear, they're trying to get it together. They're trying to find their way. They're trying, which is okay too. So now we got the Motown side. Now we got the Cab Calloway side where they was playing. So now we have that. Okay. All right.
Alpha Boys School is a school that caters to the unfortunate. It teaches them trades that they can earn a living after they leave here, and some go abroad. I think you met.
And they became the first superstars of ska, the Scatterlights.
Oh yes, the Scatterlights. That was Johnny Moore. He is touring France now. And Lester Sterling, he's in America. Tommy McCook was very good at that. He was a saxophonist.
Scarcity, she dropped them and dead.
For dances, the place would be Ram Jam.
We play at a place. One
Look at that. They ain't even whining yet, right? They ain't even whine. They ain't drop it out as hot. They ain't twerk it. All them things that we have come to know that the West Indians do, they are not even doing that. They're still doing calling out around the world. Are you ready for a brand new beat? Look at that. They're still emulating us, the people with no culture, Mr. Busta Rhymes, right? They're even the dance itself is still emulating us until they found their own rhythm.
night and say the place loaded with people and a woman come and dance this girl. And I'm watching that woman dance and we see she kick back. And then we finish playing go out, I hear the woman died. They take her out, she scans it till she dropped down and dead. Serious thing, man.
What's the Scott Killer?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Scatterlight carry out.
Contention between them.
Jealousy and the lack of material and career advancement built up disastrously in the mind of the introspective Drummond. And on New Year's Eve 1964, he killed his girlfriend Margarita.
Ooh! Terrible.
I used to say to myself, I wonder if he's really guilty of doing that act. But they found him guilty and then they placed him in the mad.
To the newly arrived Jamaican, London nightlife was a strange and often unnerving experience.
When you go there, you know what they was playing. Bottoms up and the choo-choo-choo and all these kind of things. Knees up.
Is my favorite.
Little Miss Muffet, she sat on a tuffet, eating up curls and whey. Came a big spider, sat down beside her. He frightened Miss Muffet away. Watch out! Whoa!
Now, the really sad part that's here, right? The elephant in the room, why they didn't have any culture. Because if I'm not mistaken, they were still being colonized by England, right? They were still being colonized by England, right? They don't like to talk about our struggle in slavery, but you guys had the same thing, right? You guys had the same exact thing. That's why you guys, Mr. Busta Rhymes, didn't have no culture. Because as you see, it's majority of Caucasians. And they had put the black people, like how they did us, on the other side. Except for they spreaded us out, right? But they put us on the other side. On the other side. Right? So, again, you will have like the classy music that we produced, right? Like the jazz, the certain blues, but not all blues. Like the things, like I said, I just like Cap Calloway and them type of artists who sung for predominantly white audiences, right? They're the ones that had to go through the back of the door, but them are the ones who played their instruments and danced at all the little places for the not predominantly, all the Caucasian audience, right? So their sound will be different, like from the Motown sound and the Southern blues and the down home blues and all of that. So that would be like the social difference, right? One thought they were better than the other in America, right? So they transferred that to Jamaica too, which you don't hear them Jamaicans talk about it. But they transferred the socialite, like the status of it. They transferred what they did to us. They transferred it there. That's why, again, you got dancehall and you got reggae, right? So the reggae is more of the people who was like at the cotton clubs and all these beautiful places where they played for like not predominantly for a Caucasian audience, right? And the dancehall this would be where you would have more of just a black crowd. We outside, we ain't got no money, put the speakers outside and we gonna live, right? We still gotta live, but we ain't got no status. But we gonna have a good time with no status. And these ones, yeah, exactly. That's why I said depending on which blues. Exactly, Jack. But we the ones, as Busta Rhymes says, has no culture. But y'all are living our lives completely. Y'all doing exactly what us non-cultural people are doing.
Whoa. 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 Play come up now.
We used to go down to number 9 Blenheim Crescent, where was a little cafe with a little jukebox, and you get some food. And I always remember Carolina was on the jukebox, and in back there was a kitchen with a chef, and you can get meat and rice. That must have been 1961.
Up on the hill, fetched him a pail of water. Jackie fell down and it must him home.
Sister Ignatius from Alpha gave me the money to come to England. I was like our number one boy, like best boy.
Like coming at 5 in the morning, 6. And that's when I met Christine Keeler, Mandy Wright Davis, and Perfume.
Do you see the faces, the key faces in Jamaica? The key faces. I don't know why y'all don't speak upon y'all slavery the way y'all do, because y'all think everybody think of all them a damn American blacks. Your ass too. Your ass too. They was ruling Jamaica too, and still is. Well, let's go.
I mean, I didn't know he was a minister at the time, but he just come down with the girls.
Ska in Britain was
the blue beat, the blues beat, the blues
distributed on the Blue Beat label. Small, so he brought over Ernest Ranglin to London to provide the spark.
So, not only did they take our music, right? Let me tell you, baby, American blacks, give yourself a pat on the back. Not only did they take our music, they took our music to London, right? So our music left Jamaica and went straight to London. Right? Where my English people at? Right? So we're seeing how much we contribute over the world, and we ain't even get the rap. We ain't even get the rap music yet. So now they're competing with, they taking the Jamaican music, which come from our music. So now we don't even know, our forefathers don't even know Jamaican rocking our shit too. Right? You got people in London acting, no, that would be from the American black folks. Y'all jamming too. Right? Because it still sounds like Motown. If you ask me, they're still in the Motown era. Only thing they did was take a little bit from the Trinidadians, but they're just speeding the beat up, but they still Motown. They still haven't really gotten their own sound yet. So they're still American black people. So everywhere you turn around, they're still we all over the world and don't even know, right? They thank you, Smokey. And thank you, Lou Rawls, because they had Lou Rawls. They name drops. I think I probably skipped some. Maybe I came in a little bit late, but they name drop, right? So they're up there trying to worry about how to keep their sound, which is our sound. And now here go London, all in our shit, right? Now London, like, yeah, right? Well, here we go. So now our music is now in London. Here we go, right? My boy Lollipop. Did we hear that song? Well, let's go. What I told you. What I told you. My boy Lollipop. See, stop trying to play with me. Man, come get it. Here they go. Tell me that ain't straight Motown. Tell me that is not straight Motown. In my boy Lollipop. That's straight Motown. But you know that do that sound like a my boy Lollipop? They make me go get up. I don't hear that no reggae or dancehall in that yet. That is still Motown R&B, right? That's and But but according to Busta, the people who doesn't have any culture, right? According to Buster, minding our business, right?
It expressed how the spirit of the people was. And then after people start to observe and say, oh, this independence, I'm not really independent. What's going on? The music slowed down. Let's rock it steady and see what's going on. Slow down. Poverty breeds crime. You wake up in the morning and you don't know where the next meal is coming from. You know, all kind of things start going through your mind.
For it is rough, he's against the world.
Like lion, we are iron. Root is no fear.
Now you hear now where they are starting to make a sound, but when they started speaking about what's going on in the world, that still will give you that will give you a mercy, mercy me. Things ain't what they used to be, right? They start talking about, remember, not saying just Marvin Gaye, I'm just using Marvin Gaye, right? Marvin Gaye started talking about what was going on, right? So what did they started doing? Talking about what was going on. What's going on? So even though there are other songs that's like that, right? But now when you start saying what's going on in the world, now they're now doing it, right? For the people who don't have any culture, according to I might put that there, to Busta Rhymes, to the people that has no culture, right? I might change the title, I don't know. But I still, with this video, it's just the big up. I'm bigging up Jamaica. Actually, I'm bigging them up, the people who's telling their stories. Because how would we know the truth if they're not telling the truth, right? But it's all from the people who don't have any culture, right? That's why you got to be careful. I'm telling you, American Black people, y'all need to be careful. Everywhere you turn around, they stealing from us. They steal every goddamn thing. We ain't got nothing. But come to find out, we are the same. But until they want to accept we are the same, like Ninja, England was ruling your ass too. They was cracking that whip on your ass too, right? And you looked at your brothers over here in your little island, which is okay. Well, we got 52 states, right? And you had people that went, they was working in the sugar cane, chopping the sugar cane just to buy American records, which is okay too. There's nothing wrong with the history. There's nothing wrong with the creation, because technically we did create reggae music because you were singing our music. So we didn't even beat y'all in the head with that. We created reggae and dancehall music. All you did was speed it up, and then you started to we were like the babies, like the baby in the stomach. And as you guys grew, you became your own. That's a beautiful thing. Now it's to the point to whereas it's like separate, but we are the conception of your sound and your music. And y'all didn't know how to write songs at that point in time. So y'all took ours, right? Remember, they're not creating music. They're, as the man said, the music came first. We were the music. They didn't have the writing skills. They didn't know how to formulate a song. They did not know how to write a song. They got that from us. Then they learned how to do it by listening to us Black American people that has no culture. Right? Okay. And I'm letting them tell their own story. So it can't say no. Then you go back and tell them people they liars.
He listen and say play it back. And so when we reach strong like lion, we are and just take out two of the beer and throw it against the wall and crash it and say, I am. Everybody get in panic now, because they're afraid of him, because they know him, what he can do for what he won't do. The whole night is the one song. It's coming like the dance stop.
Rude is on fear.
I don't know if he didn't like the song, what he would do. But anyhow, he did love it.
Because we're always being influenced by the impressions, all them soul R&B groups.
I know there is some way to.
I'm gonna tell you something. I know where the beat came from, but like like in my little comfy times, I love that sound. I still love that sound of Jamaica, even though I hear the blend of our music, but I still love that rhythm. I'm in here sitting here right now with that rhythm. That is a beautiful rhythm. Jackie. You dead wrong, Jackie. You dead wrong, Jackie. God damn it. Jackie, you're incorrect. They took them, Jackie. They took them, Jackie. She said they will. No, they done stole that too. Cause you don't see them barrels that you send down, them barrels people be sending down there. They took them shits too, right? Now, before I get to I'm probably gonna play some more, but I would like to know from Lakeisha, right? I know they're not gonna tell the truth, right? I know they're not, and how I know a lot of the history because my father was an artist, right? My father was an artist. I wish I could float through the airways, right? But again, we like it because it sounds familiar to our ears because that's what our parents played, right? Depending, well, most of us is 50 and over or be getting ready to turn 50 and over. Most of that is what our parents played. So the music was familiar to our ears, right? That's just like if somebody hear like Motown now and they hear like the dance hall music now, it would not be familiar to their ears because it literally sounds like two different music. But in the beginning, when we were younger, when we first heard these certain rhythms, it was familiar to our ear because we knew, hey, right? What's up? Unmute yourself, Queen. Me. You gotta unmute yourself. CC.
Hi, Queen. How are you?
I'm tired as hell, girl.
I know you are.
Shit, I started out to come on today, and I got my poor grandson working too, working like a runaway slave, but he liked to work anyway. So y'all know I got 2 days for y'all that I'm gonna be back in and out, right? But I had to come on because I be missing y'all. I said I gotta see my girls. Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Now, when you go down to Jamaica, you know they don't tell you this truth, do they?
No.
I know they not, girl. But
you just hear a lot of American music being played, but they don't never tell you like the history behind it and all that.
No, but then go back in your own memory. Forget about what they say. Because I had to forget about what they say, girl. Now, if you go back in your own, I don't know how far you go back to Jamaican music, but if you go back to your own memory, right? If you think about it, right? If you think about it, you be like, well, hold up. This is a cover of our song. This is a cover of such and such, right?
Yes.
Because that's how I was able to catch it, right? Even without me knowing the history, we still knew that a lot of these things sound familiar to our ears, right? Like today, if somebody hear like the Jamaican music and they hear, you would not know, you're not going to hear, you would think that this music always been there, but it wasn't. But when we was younger, or by when they first started coming out, especially like in the 80s, that end of the 70s, 80s is when it really got abroad, right? Now, this would be before we get to hear it. But even hearing this itself, you're like, hold up. We can't hit the songs because that's not our generation neither.
Right.
Right. But that'd be like, I know, like, because like a lot of kids, they don't know like a Cab Calloway and that era of music. Right. And then you wouldn't know, a lot of them wouldn't even know what the jazz, but we sort of kind of wouldn't know it because whatever we didn't hear from our parents, and that doesn't necessarily mean our parents, that would mean people in our parents' age bracket. We would have heard, right. We would have heard it. The other section would be the people who would have been born in our grandparents' age sector. So we knew it sounded familiar, but it didn't hit us until we heard the song and we're singing the damn song. Like, well, hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You be in the middle of singing and you be like, I know these words. And I know
and they would make it. And the only difference that would be is, number one, their lingo and their accent, right? So, of course, so they didn't influence us. Being that you decided to take our shit, and being that we knew the song, like even like one of my favorite songs is would it be like, remember I told you one with the Ninja Man and when they was like Take Time to Know Her, right? That's one of my favorite songs. But again, that was my Percy Sledge song. My Percy Sledge song will make you go to sleep, and these motherfuckers made you wake up, right? Where they did it made you wake up. But again, I knew the song, right? So the influence wouldn't be their music because it's our music. The influence would be their lingo and their accent.
Their dialect, yeah.
Right. The dialect, correct. So if we're singing it, we're going to start picking up little certain words. But it didn't influence it because it's our song. Like if it was never our song and we was never familiar with it, we probably wouldn't have picked it up too tough.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We probably would have turned away from it. But I remember growing up with it, especially the other song, I want a love I can see.
Mm-hmm.
Sunshine. And I'm like,
yeah.
I already know.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my Smokey Robinson. It's one of my favorite songs.
Even
by Smokey Robinson, right?
Love. That's David Ruffin, Walk Away from Love.
Mm-hmm. But remember, I Want to Love I Can See? That's one of my favorite Smokey Robinson songs.
Songs too.
But people don't remember when Smokey Robinson sung it, right?
No, because the reggae one always get the more play.
No, before it got to the reggae.
Oh, okay.
Because he gave it to the Temptations, right? He gave it to the Temptations, right? Like certain songs Smokey Robinson sing, Who's Loving Who? That is Smokey Robinson's song. But you wouldn't remember.
Almost like Prince with Sinead O'Connor.
Right. Yeah. Like even like Who's Loving You, what we all sing today, you wouldn't remember when Smokey Robinson pen game ain't no fucking game. His pen game ain't no game.
Put some respect on this pen game.
You bet. That's what I met. I went to 5 of his concerts. Stop playing. Can't nobody say nothing about no Smokey Robinson. That man 90 years old. He can dance how he want to dance on the stage. Just hope and pray you could get to that age and still can move. Right? Amen. Just hope and pray. Stop knocking people for whatever they can do at that age. You ain't that age. When you get there, hope you get there. Right? But a lot of people wouldn't. But again, so that's what made me like the song. Because it was already a Motown song. But like I said, Percy Sledge would put your take time, and I should have listened to my mind. But then you hit me. That's why, because gotta give me a piece. You're like, hey, okay, I'm glad you did this over. Goddamn, glad you did that song over. But if it wasn't familiar to our ears, So they may say they influenced it. Nah, you stole it, took our shit, and you took it to London. So London got a whole part that off our shit too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. According to Busta Rhymes, the people with no we ain't got no culture. How about people with no culture? Let's take that back. We apologize, Busta. We forgot we ain't got no culture, right? I gotta get that clip on here. I keep saying it, but I don't have the clip, right? I have to keep saying I should have that clip just right there. But again, he's gonna name the names of the people. And it's crazy. You go down there, even when you down there, right? They call us all type of Yankee, da 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 da. But you don't have it, nigga. Y'all didn't have no goddamn music until you that learned from us.
Right, right.
Y'all was developing a sound. Y'all didn't even know how to write music because y'all didn't have them type of classes and stuff like that. You didn't have the instruments. Y'all had to get all of that. That sound came from us. All you did was make it as you should make it your own. And we are glad you did. But see, this type of video
we appreciate it.
Right. You appreciate it. Because you're giving the people, and my beef ain't even with them. My beef, because that's the same thing the Puerto Ricans could have did. That's the same thing they could have did. You know what? This is where we came from, right? And then we started copying you guys. As we're hanging with you guys, we're copying you guys. But you're not going to sit there and tell me because you did a fucking dance move. That's your dance move. Like nobody else is dancing but Crazy Legs. And that became an element. And that damn Cologne, they changed his name to Colonizer. I said, you know what? I say that man who, and then he's making money.
Not the colonizer.
Yeah, the Dr. Cologne, the one who's wanting to be telling the Puerto Rican history. And if it was so much 50-50, why are you talking about the Puerto Ricans' contribution if it was 50-50? You shouldn't be talking about one without the other.
Exactly.
You should say how, we was in the park and the same way they let it be known, you know? If you watch this, I'm gonna probably play some more too, because now we have to, especially on this show, I'm gonna start putting more. We're gonna be up tomorrow, so I can keep you up too late because we're gonna be up tomorrow. Because I got one day, because Sunday, I got an event tomorrow, not Saturday. Right? I don't know what the hell the days are. No,
tomorrow's Friday, and we're supposed to be finishing up my interview with Genesis.
Oh my God, I better hurry up because I got one goddamn day to get some stuff.
I know you do, and that's what I'm trying to catch you on that one good day. Praise the Lord.
Because I got like 3 things to go. So y'all gonna have to do this. But
it's all work out.
Okay, hold on. Wait. Okay, here we go. Oh,
it all came from the American.
It all comes from the Americans. Can somebody go send this to Busta Rhymes, please?
You know, because we're always being influenced by the impressions, all them.
The impressions. Who would be with the impressions? And who would the impressions be? Y'all could just name one person.
Isn't Kipper Gooding Sr. in that?
I believe that's their truthers. But if I'm not mistaken, the impressions would that consist of my man, that one man. God damn it, Curtis Mayfield.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, this would be Curtis Rashford. Right, I gotta stop playing with me, girl. You gotta stop playing. So what?
Yeah, I was like, is that him in the left? Yeah, that's him.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be my Curtis Mayfield. That man is a music genius. But
yeah, is
one of their songs is another one of my favorite songs ever. People get ready.
This train coming.
Oh, girl.
Child. Get me started.
That's one of my favorite
Just
songs
get on
ever.
board.
Ooh.
Baby. Just send chills up your spine.
Mm. Do, 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 do. He's a music genius. People don't give him and my man Shut Your Mouth. They don't give them too enough credit.
Right.
And that's
Isaac Hayes.
that's my birthday twin. I always forget his name. Right, that's another one of my birthday twins.
Isaac.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's one of my birthday twins. That birthday's coming. Whoop whoop.
Ooh, you know what? One of my favorites by his is "Walk On By." His version of "Walk On By" that's a cold.
Yes, he got another one he redid.
Oh, Benny,
He got
right?
but not his songs in particular, but all. Remember that he used to work, if I'm not mistaken, for Stax. So majority of the songs they were singing was his, just like or he worked for Stax, either or. But they're again, they pen game ain't no joke, right? And they was the in-house writers,
right?
So again, he said the impressions. They're naming some heavy hitters here, which again, I respect these people. And you got to remember the difference is with this video is that this newfound bullshit they're talking about in 2024 wasn't going on. This video is like 15 years old, right? So of course they can tell the truth now. But if this was now, then we wouldn't be hearing all this truth, which we would know even if we did not know the truth, because we know what our ears heard when we was listening to the songs,
Right?
We were singing them. Oh, she said main ingredient, not even the truth. It's main ingredient, right?
Okay.
We both. Thank you, Jackie.
We should have known that, but thank you, Jackie.
We got another historian up in here. She said they didn't take it, they stole it. When you take, they did steal all the covers and shit, because they ain't pay none of them artists. Right? So you had the Caucasian people stealing our shit. We had the England people. Yo, we created it so they took so many different parts of us. It's crazy. And hopefully I'm gonna get some time. Well, I'm not gonna be playing the whole, I'm just gonna be playing pieces, because even with the Jamaican section, that section in London is bumping, right? Then you got the Jimi Hendrix and all of them part of section. The Higgo London took that shit, and that's where you get like the Eric Claptons and all the rest of them taking that from Jimi Hendrix and stuff, right? So even the reggae is ours. The fast rate, like all of these people, all of these things is created from people who have no culture, as they say. Well, we created so many different genres. It's unfucking believable. Unbelievable.
Now, why would Busta go and put his foot in his mouth like that?
But y'all heard it though, right?
Mm-hmm.
I might play it again, but I should have had it for this one because I was talking about that one. But it was late and I was not expecting to go on. But I already had these things lined up to play like a couple days ago. But baby, me and these that grandma nap lasted a lot longer, and that was a lot longer than what I thought.
I woke up the other day,
and Mama didn't get up.
What year is it? I said I woke up the other day and said, what day is it? What year? What year? Okay.
Oh Lordy. I won't tell nobody. If you don't tell nobody, I won't tell nobody. We're gonna keep our secret, okay?
Okay. Between us and the internet and the YouTube.
And the Lord.
You know, because we're always being influenced.
I could play that.
They're playing Barris. They're gonna have me up all night bumping Barris Hammond.
No, I'm gonna bump the originals now because they don't piss me off. So I will not be bumping Barris. Even I love me some Barris Hammond. But now you're gonna make me go on, being that we have no culture. I'm gonna play my people where they got it from. Then I get to them. But I still love that rhythm. I love it. Well, let's go.
Influenced by the impressions, all
The impressions.
them soul R&B groups.
Love your sister, love your brothers.
See, that's how Curtis Mayfield sung.
Right.
Love your sister, love your brother. That could be part. They probably ripped that off from the song we just was singing, right? People get
Probably.
ready, right? People get ready and say, "Hey, well, let's go." And I don't care who they tried to do the Temptations too, but ain't nobody replacing them brothers, honey. You can try. A lot of people done tried down to American Blacks, but them temps you can't touch. Them temps can't nobody. Them some smooth brothers, honey.
Yep.
We had American Blacks try to duplicate them temps. Ain't no way in the world y'all was gonna be able to do it.
I think the only ones that came close as far as showmanship is New Edition.
They modeled them. They
Yeah,
modeled them. But you gotta remember, look who their manager. I mean,
right.
Like he come from like doing like the stylistics and all of that.
Mm-hmm,
but they can't even touch the Temptations.
No, I didn't say they can touch them. I said they come close.
Okay. All right. But yeah, they come close because of the training that they had. Yeah. They still can't touch them though, but they come close.
Not at all.
I don't. But for our generation, yeah, they will be the closest one to them. But they still can't. You can't talk. You can't. As Boys the Men tried to a little bit with the deep voice in there, trying to be like Blue, be like Blue and shit. Right? Then you had they had the one with each voice of theirs is different, just like
right, falsettos and all that.
But now,
we would listen to a Dionne Warwick song and try to
Dionne Warwick. Let's go.
Sing it exactly as Dionne did it. If you are a group, you try to study.
Got to study the Supremes. So they study. These are all the people that they studied. Busta, for people who has no culture. I'm trying to figure out who are y'all studying.
And Bob really did, because Bob, with his showmanship and the way he entertained, he worked those people like crazy. So I know he studied a lot of those people to get his doo-wop right and all that.
But he studied majority Smokey and again the Temptations, right?
Yeah, because he kind of favors Smokey a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I said that one of them things you wouldn't have known the difference, but you wasn't getting that clap. You wasn't nah. We couldn't do it here. The hell if y'all could do it there, right? We couldn't do it. Y'all couldn't do it there neither.
The Supremes, Martha Reeves and the Van.
Martha Reeves. Now I'm just stopping so you can hear all the names of the people who had no culture that they studied, right? Well, let's go.
Vandellas. If there was a group who comes from abroad to our shores, we would want to.
So basically, if they come and do a show there, they wasn't really there to watch the show. They was there to steal our shit. Right?
They were there for homework.
Yeah. Hello.
Fashion teachers do. Our fashion teachers tell us go shopping. That means go to Beverly Hills, go swarm those stores, and turn them garments inside out. Look at every stitch. Look how they did it.
And this, but at least we could understand that. But they didn't say the people who y'all went to go do it didn't have any culture. They said we ain't had it. Busta said we ain't had no culture here. So I'm trying to figure out who you studying who doesn't have any culture. Right? Well, let's go.
To go and see them because they have something to teach us.
What? Did she say that's something to teach us?
Go and see them because they have something to teach us. Bam. Mic drop. Look at the gullies.
It's a cultural thing for Jamaicans to sing. In the ghetto, you'll find more singers than anywhere else too, because it's a thing that it's a thing we used to. It's what we could use to pass.
Advance, rearrange my lonely life and turn it right from start. Now I'm happy with this woman and we will never part. Me know she clever and she smart. I've been touched by an angel.
Now they singing "Touched by an Angel." Like I said, the only difference will be is their lingo, their accent, and what's the last one?
The dialect.
The dialect. Yes. So it's not like they brought up something new. Their dialect is just different from our, but it's still our shit.
Most of us, we only wanted to hear our voices on the record. To see people, to hear it on the radio is a dream come true. To see people dancing.
They ain't even make a goddamn record yet. You hear that, Busta? They ain't even on a damn record.
Trevor, why you put your foot in your mouth? You know I done loved you. Now you gonna have to. You done went and embarrassed us.
Until he apologized, I have no more respect for Busta.
Girl, I lost that a long time ago when he got them muscles, and I was like, "Who the hell is this, Busta or the Hulk?"
But I still had the different parts of Busta that I like that whole fucking. Well, I'm not gonna say Busta. I'm gonna say leaders of the new school. Let me just put it that way.
Right.
So,
right.
That was still make me would have respect for him, because that I could listen to that shit non-stop the whole entire album. Zone Coaster. Nah, I'm talking about leaders of the new school. Zone Coaster. Zone Coaster. And my favorite song by leaders of the new school is I Know You and You Know Me. It's a sob story.
Yep.
Sob story. That was I love the whole story.
That's when I fell in love with him. I was like, who is this man with these dreads, this tall drink of water?
I think, but I think at that part, I think that Busta was mad because who's that? Brown had a little bit more, had nothing to do with the because he was lighter or whatever. It's just that Brown, and I pleaded in my case, face to face, right? So he had like a little comedy to him. Right. And then I think the rest of them didn't want to walk through them doors that Busta had to walk.
Right.
So they like Bobby, they like Bobbage. Right. No, we don't know. Them too many doors, right? We just wanted to go through this door, right? So we got them. We all right. We all right. But so even with the Wuhan and all that stuff, to me, that would be him, but it would never to me beat when he leaves of the new school.
Nah.
Right. And again, that would, and then to make him say, well, me listening to the Spanish people made me want to what's that bullshit he said? Did y'all see the video? I'm gonna play that shit. Talking about that's what made him want to be more of his Jamaican side. Nigga, you was already on your Jamaican side when you was singing hip hop. That's still that you singing that side is still our shit.
Mm-hmm.
You hold on now. I'm gonna play that.
How you gonna put your foot on your mouth?
So I've lost, and he really, and I hate when you go to them. A lot of them, and like I said, especially when you take out the other boroughs, right, to make it seem like we were doing what y'all were doing. No, we were not. And when hip hop really came about, the Bronx did not put hip hop on the map. Manhattan did. Not saying other songs were out. It took a black woman who was in the game, as I showed you guys, who was in the game to put hip hop on the map. And if you look at the first video with the Sugar Hill Gang, There is no bebop there. There is none of these fucking elements that they're talking about. Meaning that when it went to the masses, as in because it sold like 10 million records, they didn't see none of this shit that people in the Bronx is talking about. They was still coming off of disco. So you saw disco moves. We didn't see what the fuck Crazy Legs was doing. Even though we knew it existed, but far as it being an element, to us, you nigga, you dancing. It's not an element. Because according to the world, that came out of disco. And they was in a party with they wasn't hip hop and spinning on their heads and pop lopping. They ain't do none of that shit. And when Apache came out, they wasn't, even when Treacherous 3 came out, all these people coming out of Sugar Hill. That's even down to Grandmaster Flash. He could talk all that shit, but he wasn't doing it neither. So it could not be an element if it wasn't being done.
Right.
I mean, where everybody sees it. It only became, to me, I can't fill in the accurate everything. I'm telling you my side of the story. And when most of the people seen them elements, you couldn't see it on a record, right? We didn't have videos, right? So you seen it when we seen it in the movie. So that was put in, but if it was never put in Wild Style and Beat Street and stuff, y'all would never see these elements that they claim that we had to have, because you can't see it on the record. So we didn't need it.
No.
That goddamn Busta.
Trevor. Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Now he got his kids on out there. How you can't speak upon hip hop, Ninja, the way you do what I talk about us black folks. There you go, right? So let me play this little section for you people. Then he says the bullshit at a concert, but this is the most degrading shit you can say. Even when Karis One said it, I'm like, Karis One, first of all, how was you ashamed, Busta, to show your Jamaican roots when Karis One wasn't even Jamaican? And he had it. You could tell that the elements that, see, people don't listen. The elements that he talks about is not even in his music. You hear the Brooklyn in his music where them Jamaicans were. Now, again, you probably wouldn't understand the history knowing that it's still us, right? You wouldn't know because everything is still new. And we don't have videos. We may have a record. They may come to perform, but if you didn't know about the performance, you never seen it. We didn't really get into reggae, I think, until besides Super Cat, Yellow Man, we already know Shabba kicked in the door, but it's a couple of other people. Oh, Amari Rubelli. Goddamn Lavender. No, oh, fucking Lavender. Are you kidding me? The Lavender? Shit. He'll be the top. I think he would have kicked down he opened the door.
What I don't know, Lavender.
He opened the door. But Chopper kicked it.
Okay.
But he kicked it. And then he had a couple of other ones. And Super Cat was right there. He opened it. Remember, I'm on the Brooklyn side. So I don't think that y'all would have been able to really experience the way we had experienced, because that's for some reason they all came to Brooklyn. They all came to that part of Brooklyn, right?
I'm like, I know I would have remembered hearing a name, but
Yeah, well, a lot of
last
things you wouldn't have remembered because again, it's new. The records are not all over, and they are the ones that's playing it, so we get to hear it. So just like
still
certain
looking for
parts of the
old reggae
Bronx,
songs that I can't find. I done found all of the reggae songs from back in the day. It's this one reggae song that evades me to this day, and I'm so
what?
sick to my stomach.
I
I
may
just
got
all I can remember is the lyrics. He was telling her, a woman he was, guess he was with, that she should have told him straight up. I thought if I typed in straight up that I would find it. He's just saying you should have told me straight up, like that's the chorus or the hook or whatever. But like basically the premise is she played him and tried to finesse him, and he was just like, you should have told me straight up what it was, and I can't find it. I found every other reggae song from back in the day that I was trying to find.
girl.
This one is invading.
My collection ain't nothing to fuck with, right? And it's not. It's because again, in Brooklyn, that's where majority of the West Indians are at. Now, if you go to another borough, that they wouldn't hear all of them songs neither, right? They wouldn't have heard it. Just like a lot of things that the Hispanic people talk about, we like what? Because we over here, y'all over there, even though it's in the, we're like,
Right.
right. So sometimes it really depends on where you live at, right? So that's probably why we would hear it. So again, when we come out with our speakers playing our music, y'all right there, so we play y'all's too. So that's what you hear in a lot of carols. One song, even, and they up there going at Jamal, and I'm like, Jamal, Lord Jamal was in Brand Nubians. Well, hold up, he don't need to hear all y'all history about reggae because he got Grand Pooba. Grand Pooba was out
Exactly.
like, oh, but he wasn't this, he wasn't that. Fuck that shit. They are a part of that whole fucking 90s. And the songs, they don't want to give them their credit because a lot of their songs made sense. Like, don't let it go
Heck,
to
even
your
my
head.
hit
No,
of
slow down.
Cuba
And
Don.
all that. And one of my best lyrics, ever is in that song Puncture Bump to Get Beat. That first lyric that Jamal said, that shit sticks with me forever, right? But anyway, this is to this ninja. This is the purpose of this video, right? Because he doesn't know his history. You know why you wouldn't know your history, Busta Rhymes? Because your ass wasn't born there, right? You weren't born there to know your history. You know what you think you know, right? But you were born here. So you got the information the way we did, God damn it. Well, let's go.
Has influenced a lot in music and its culture.
I think that, my family is Jamaican and Latino.
My family is Jamaican, not I
Right.
am Jamaican.
Right.
So we got all these wonderful people. And not to mind you, they also took from the Trinities. They took from, because Trinidad, they did some American songs, but the Trini, like they the ones, a lot of adventures were theirs. So you got to give Trini their props. They still they took like old drum and made them damn steel bands, right? They did that. We didn't do that. They a lot of things they did, right? And that beat and stuff, that would be Trini. That one, I'm not saying that they didn't take too much of. They didn't spring from R&B and stuff like the Jamaicans did. Like Trini sort of kind of had their own little rhythm, but they still, again, in the beginning, everybody started from these non-cultural people that we're getting ready to hear right now that Busta Rhymes have to say, right? But the Trinidadians, they do, and I would say Guyanese too, because the Guyanese, the Guyanese and them, they all kind of was on that wave. Like St. Lucia, they was more like on a calypso type of wave.
Vibe, yeah.
Right, it was on that jump. No, we wasn't doing like dancing. We was doing that, but not like them. Like not like them. But let's go. But I'm gonna tell you why none of them couldn't be us. But let's go.
And Jamaican or Caribbean people, you know, with tropical people, you know, with people that understand what that timing and that rhythm and that.
He's the people that understand. They are the people that understands what the timing and the rhythm is. But they studied out. They couldn't even write a fucking song, right? Right.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
They can't. He can't even say that with a straight face. You see, look at his face, right?
I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it.
He can't even say that was
just disappointed. I'm just behind the screen, just shaking my head. Like,
right.
oh
And then again, even when you get there, they talk so much fucking smack. That's why I go American black first. I'm American black first. Everything else now. Until y'all want us to bow down to y'all when y'all our culture. Then you turn around and gave our goddamn culture to fucking London. They already stole the rock and roll part and the rock and roll part. They stole that shit, and you done came and gave them the goddamn Jamaican music that we done gave you.
Right.
And you want us, and we got to sit up the act like, well, if we go there or something like that. Even though I love my Jamaicans, and I'm talking about these newer ones, not the older ones. These are the newer ones. As you see, the older ones told the truth. But they want you to get into their custom, nigga. That is our custom. What we gotta learn from you? That's our shit.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's so crazy? That when I go to Jamaica, my friend, she be so hyped because she be like, you rap Jamaica harder than a lot of Jamaicans rap Jamaica. And she said, I love it. She was like, when you come to town, they be knowing you ain't playing around. But
well, now let her know. Now I rep Black Americans. What you guys are repping. Now really fuck their head up. Then I don't rep Jamaica. That's really coming from the Black Americans that y'all stole. So I'm really not repping y'all.
Right.
Y'all repping us.
Mm-hmm.
Right. They want you to be all hype and shit. After y'all done stole our shit, but we gotta be hype for repping y'all. But
right.
No, this is us. God damn it. I've been around West Indies all my life. Stop playing with me. All of them. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. So in that case, we're gonna claim reggaeton too. Y'all done stole reggaeton from the Jamaicans, which their music come from us too. Now again, do we want to do this? No. But sometimes you gotta pop out.
Mm-hmm.
Show them something.
Pop off.
Pop out and show them a little something. Stop playing with us. Baby. But one thing y'all could not master, and y'all still trying to master, and y'all can't master. And this is why you could never. This is why you could never be us. Look at the shit. The shit paused itself. Cause my damn thing ain't want to hear what Busta had to say. Goddamn, I ain't touch it.
Sugar, I'm going crazy over here. I'm cracking up.
The shit stopped. The shit stopped it itself.
Cause it knew it was some caca.
The shit said, "Shut up, Busta."
He knows caca. Look at his face.
All press play. See how I started playing, then it stopped. I didn't do that. All right, did that shit on its own. Why damn internet said, fuck that shit, right? Look at his face here. He don't believe that shit that's coming out.
No.
And he got the audacity to be at the Soul Frito. See the name? Soul Frito. The urban and Latin. Urban, like none of them words go together, right? You can't make this shit up.
They'll just stick anything anywhere.
The Soul Frito and the urban Latin, none
And
of
it
them,
look like
none of that goes
Bread.
together.
But wait, why is it's in the Wonder Bread font though? Baby, I'm done.
God damn it. You can't make this shit up. The urban Latin and the soul Frito. But then you disrespected the shit out of the soul and the urban.
Right.
So just say soul Frito. Not soul Frito. And just say the Latin Music Festival. Why you gotta put soul and urban, but disrespects the soul and the urban? You cannot make this shit up at all. I thought I wasn't gonna see that shit. Looking like a Wonder Bread. Well, let's go.
My family is Jamaican, and Latino and Jamaican are Caribbean people. With tropic.
Now Latino and Jamaican,
he got everything.
It's Caribbean people, like they go visit each other and shit, right? God damn it. Like they go visit each other, right? I'm gonna go on Jamaica, go say hi to my people over there in the other island. We can understand each other. Even though I'm gonna go over there speaking Spanish, and they're gonna know exactly what I'm saying. Not they do go to islands. Everybody travels, but it ain't like they, you know what? Hey, how you doing over there, my Caribbean brother? Fuck out of here,
brother. This brother.
What am I damn Yeah, I gotta drink me some water. I'll get my ginger ale in a second. I need a bunch of ginger ale for this bullshit. Nice, because these are Caribbean. Like y'all was really close and family net like that. F out of here. Let's go.
Cool people, with people that understand what that timing and that rhythm and that pocket feels like.
We understand what that rhythm, that timing, and pocket feel like. Well, who did y'all get that from, Busta? Because I remember, do you remember, even though we was nowhere alive, but do you remember when we didn't have no music? So I would think back in the slavery days, and they had to make that clap go with the beat, and they feet go with the beat and shit like that, and they had to sing on key with no music. You would think that we would understand timing a little bit better than y'all. And they transitioned through songs too with no music. And then they gave us, if I'm not mistaken, what was his name? And that fiddle something. I know we had the fiddle. Was it the guy? What was the guy named in Roots? They gave him the name because he used to play the little instrument. What was the instrument?
Oh, I don't know.
Was it the fiddle? Ask Jackie. Ask Jackie.
Jackie, who was it in Roots that had the fiddle?
Was it the fiddle?
Why Busta look like he got a man unit on?
Hell yeah, he got a man unit on. Now he got the big old black paint up at that bitch now. The little black paint, same thing Jamie Foxx using and shit, right? It's going down to Russia like the rest of them and get the transplant and call it a day, right? But let's go.
Way unlike any other culture of people.
Unlike any other culture of people who didn't have nothing. They didn't have a record. That's why you had a big ass speaker. Because y'all didn't have no shit in your houses. I don't know. But I'm quite sure if everybody went outside, they didn't have a lot of shit in their house. Right? Well, let's go.
From the bass lines to the way we choose to.
From the bass lines, from the way we choose to use Motown and all the rest of them, Go ahead.
Place our words as
Place y'all words like it wasn't our words, right?
people of the Caribbean and of the tropics. I think that
Caribbean and the tropics. Because you at the So Frito shit, you found the way to add them but disrespect us. And we're gonna get to how because of them he's been liberated, right? He's been liberated.
that it's just it's something you can't really define in words. It's a feeling thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you watch Latinos do the salsa or merengue, and you see Jamaican people, do they shit. It's kind of like something that goes hand in hand. And
it goes hand in hand. How the fuck do Jamaica? I'm sorry, I got the curse. How the F do y'all doing a damn wine and a boat? The motherfuckers is done. I didn't see a boat go in the air at all. I don't know how this shit go hand in hand. You gonna have to explain that to me, Busta. How this shit go hand in hand? I would like to know how was it hand in hand that it there hand in hand means that it's similar. Maybe I got it wrong. What does hand in hand mean to you?
You're correct.
Oh, all right. Now, if you got any new words to add in, if you can think of them, let me know.
It ain't a coincidence that in every urban community, Latino and blacks is there together.
That wasn't really. It's no coincidence. We asked for this shit, right? No, baby. Only when it got to a certain point in time, that's when they put us together. So we can get to 2024 and y'all can say that our shit is, that's why they put y'all together. That was the setup. So in 2024, or whenever Fat Joe said that bullshit, and then when you said that bullshit, according to that date, that was the date y'all supposed to unleash your lives. And then it died down. And then now you got this fake ass Dr. Cologne, Eliza, as they say, coming with this crap, right? Look at this face right here. You can't tell me this nigga is, this fucking respect. And he on here, he go on the stage with Missy Elliott and shit. Right? Nah, nigga. Nah, nigga. Nah. I'm gonna tell you something. That is the most disrespect. You can't get no more disrespectful than this. First of all, you're black. Even you got Jamaican heritage, but you're still black. How dare you even take that? Even if you're speaking upon a Jamaican, the damn like the Latin ain't had nothing to do with that either. That was still your brothers over here. How dare you disrespect the whole black people? Even the early Jamaicans didn't even disrespect us like this. After they learned from our music. The Latin people had nothing to do with that. They wasn't even in Jamaica helping you with that. We did that. Even if it was just by you studying our shit. Y'all ain't studying nothing they did. It was presented in none of y'all music.
Break it down, sugar.
But now we know you are officially a puppet. Because they got puppeteer written all over your face right here. It stopped right here. Puppet written all over his face. But
where the strings?
And that, what you call this head, right? In that head.
In that man unit?
Yeah, it's in that man unit, girl. It's right in that man unit. Mm-hmm.
That ain't no accident. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you find in every urban community, Middle Eastern and black or Asian and black.
You's a lie. They Middle Easterns right here. They stores on every goddamn corner. You didn't go to none.
Right.
You rode the trains all your life. Nobody, there is no other of them little newspaper stores in the train stations that they're all Middle Eastern. Every majority of the cab drivers are Middle Eastern. Look at his face right here. Lie. He think he pulling shit out the fucking sky right about now. Well, let's go.
You know, you always see Latino and black. And I think
I did not. When the fuck did you always see Latino and black, especially where you at in Brooklyn? If you going by your Jamaican heritage, they wasn't where you was at. You were where they put you guys moved into where we were at. And that part of Brooklyn, there was no Latinos. There were, but they were mainly in Bushwick and up in the Bronx in certain sections. They were not where you were at, Busta. Stop. See, people act like that, Busta. You should have known we was gonna tell the truth. But again, who gonna hear us, right? Who gonna hear us? You speaking to a whole, they're gonna hear the bullshit that you say. They're not gonna hear us. That's why we gotta keep banging on.
Just so
we only get but so many people. They're speaking to people all over listening to this bullshit at the Soul Frito Urban Latin Festival, right? Well, let's go.
a part of each other's cultural significance.
We are part of each other's. What? I don't remember that. I ain't salsa not one goddamn time, but let's go.
Not only as tropical people, but even here in the United States, where the multicultural, because the U.S. ain't got no culture.
Did you hear that? Did y'all hear that?
I heard it.
Did y'all hear U.S. ain't got no culture?
Yep.
So how did your culture predates our culture, Busta? How did your culture predate our culture? Because even the people that they're named, you know how many people came before them? So if they only up to the Impressions, the Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, and even Percy Slade, it's still a lot of people before them. They only caught it there. What about the people that came before them? They caught it decades later. Our great grandparents and them been jumping. We had music before jazz.
Tell it.
So they heard some of the jazz, and then the richer people kept the jazz and shit, and like the Duke Ellington, but then the lower class people got the Motown and stuff. But we had music that was out before that. So how the fuck we ain't got no culture when you guys came on to a culture that was already established? Music done changed a couple of times before y'all got to hear it. We've been changing. Well, let's carry on.
They shit is all our shit. A bunch of our shit is what makes the U.S. whatever you want to call it. We still don't know what that culture is for the U.S. But
what?
I told you I had to play it, girl. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it's all that muscle juice.
Yo, this guy was so mad, right? On another channel, he would play nothing but straight reggae afterwards, right? Because of course we love reggae music because it's our culture too. But I guess he was playing a lot of songs, like I was saying, that was already ours. But I was like, shit, and he was jabbing. Mm-hmm. They had another. They got. I said, let me some Papa San too. But
it's a mix-up of all of our cultures in the urban community. You know, the Latino and the West Indian has the greatest influence, and we've always had.
God damn it! That made me gotta throw up or piss or something. Wait, did you hear that?
He's
Girl,
so ignorant.
he
You
made
should
me.
have said
He made me
straight,
so
grow up
mad.
or something.
He done made me so mad. I wouldn't see Jamaica for 20 more years. I swear for
I know
God.
that's right.
Because that shows you how they think. I'm glad you think like that. I ain't coming down there and give you none of I'm not gonna spend $5 in y'all store. What did you hear? What the fuck?
The greatest influence, and we've always had, and we'll always will, and it's just been that way. So I've actually been influenced by the Latino community, which allows me urban community. You know, the Latino and the West Indian has the greatest influence, and we've always had, and we'll always will, and it's just been that way. So I've actually been influenced by the Latino community, which allows me to feel that much more comfortable putting my West Indian influence in my music. Cause they
So Grand Poopa didn't do that with Sexy. Caravan One didn't do that in his songs, right? Whom else put a little West Indian in their music? Interesting. You were scared all this time of bringing your, but it was in the, it was in, matter of fact, what you call it, even put it in there, Smith and Wesson, right? Chet used to throw in the little boom bye bye in the body boy it, and then what's the other part he said? I'm not a gangster, but a little prankster. Oh boy, Ted, cause I thought I was a gangster, right? Even Smith and Weston brought that in there. Yeah, but you was the only one that didn't do it. You needed the Latinos to make you unashamed when it has been in the music here and there. Even freaking Just Ice. Just sail away with me to another land, but no one in between. And we rely on each other. I'm trying to figure out how all of that make it into the music, but you was ashamed. And it's early hip hop coming from a lot of the Brooklyn Knights. Brooklyn Knights was doing it, but I forgot you moved to Long Island. Yeah. Well, let's go.
made me feel that much more proud to be like, yeah, my knees are Jamaican, and I say it. But I'm just saying, a lot of the times, it ain't until you're made to feel comfortable giving it to the people who are what you really are, what your influences are, what your upbringing in the house, that you do it. So, you know, being that I've been made to feel comfortable doing it, I think I also got to acknowledge and credit the Latinos for their influence on me, just the same way that I've been able to take that influence and give it back to the music. But a lot of that just has to do with just.
Okay. Let me show you guys Busta Rhymes' influence, and then I'm going to finish this tomorrow, right? But let me show you guys what influenced him, right? I know I'm going to catch me a lot of copyright strikes on this shit, but let me just show y'all his influence, right? And this would be 50s and the 60s, right? This is I'm gonna show a little bit of this more tomorrow when I get on the Puerto Ricans. I'm gonna show you their influence in hip hop, right? This would be their influence. So this is what would be the hip hop influence that the Latinos taught him, right?
Lo mejor que Dios ha hecho es mi linda Borinquen. Lo mejor que Dios ha hecho es mi linda Borinquen. Los que dicen yes, my dear, estos no son de aquí. Los que dicen pastería, estos no son de aquí. Los que dicen chamaquito, estos no son de aquí. Los que decimos ay bendito, estos sí, estos sí.
Now that would be Busta Rhymes' influence in the hip hop, right? that made him. That would be all of our influence from them, right, to the hip hop world, right? From the clothes. Yeah, we started wearing skirts like that. Yes, we did. It was invisible. It was invisible, but we sure enough wore it, right? Right. So that would be their experience that Mr. Busta Rhymes is talking about. And I'm gonna put Mr. Busta Rhymes back up there so he could be my thumbnail. All right. Then I'm gonna do the Latinos tomorrow. All right, yes, I am. Yeah, we're gonna leave that right there. But I just wanted y'all to see the influence that he's talking about. Well, we're gonna be in a little bit more depth. I'm gonna start in the morning. So sorry for your East Coasters. Y'all have to wake up a little bit early, or y'all gonna have to catch the replay, right? I'm sorry for y'all Easterners. But I'm gonna let y'all go on to bed. After we're gonna play a little couple of songs to get us up out of here. Oh damn, I forgot I ain't got all my songs over here. I ain't got them all over here. But this is ridiculous. Okay.
How you doing? Glad you came. You and me, we got something so sweet. A love that's got us moving to the beat. Ooh, yeah. Rolling, catching the vibe. Sugar love, show me how. Welcome to the love train, baby. Get on board, we'll drive you crazy, crazy. We'll take you places you've never been before. That's how we do it. That's what we're here for. Ooh, yeah. Step inside, feel the rhythm in your soul. Let it take you like the good times roll. Yeah. Shake your hips, let your body sway. The love train's here, gonna make your day. Oh.
There's a lady, sweet as can be.
I like that one.
In the land of real, there's a love that's true. Sugar love is her name, spreading sweetness too. Her voice like velvet, smooth as a summer breeze. A podcast, the soundtrack to everybody's ears. Sugar love, she's the queen of soul. Ooh, yeah. A podcast, the place where the stories unfold. Ooh, yeah. News and entertainment with a touch so sweet. She's the heartbeat of the community's beat. She brings the news with flavor like a cup of hot tea. Uncovering stories, bringing light to what we see. With her infectious laughter, she uplifts every soul. Sugar love, she's the
She's what the
Makes us feel
Have a blessed night, everyone.
You too, sweetie. Thank you.
We love you, sugar.
All right, back at you, sister.
in the land of real.